What's up, moviegoers? Welcome to the Markio Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony. In today's episode of the Markio Podcast, I'm talking about Child's Play 3. Now, Child's Play 3 was released 9 months after the second movie in August of 1991. It has a runtime of 90 minutes and grossed $20.5 million at the box office. Now, the story for Child's Play 3 takes place 8 years following the events of Child's Play 2 and 1 month before the events of Bride of Chucky. Now, basically, it tells the story of how the Good Guys factory has reopened after the negative publicity that it received in the first 2 movies. And as Chucky's remains are removed from the ending of the second movie, some blood from his destroyed human doll body drips into a vat of melted plastic, being reused to remold the Good Guys doll. So what happens? Chucky returns in a new body, going on a hunt for now a 16-year-old Andy Barkley, who has left to attend military academy after the events of the first 2 films. While attempting to reach Andy, Chucky finds a new boy named Ronald Tyler who shares his secret with a new Good Guys doll and body, which brings it with the possibility of possessing a new human body. So basically, while Chucky wants to still possess the body of Andy, he finds this young African-American boy to be the new inhabitant of his soul. Now, Don Mancini, the creator and writer of the first 2 movies, does return to write this story and script. And let me just say that this movie was horrible, ridiculous. Nothing about it was interesting. Nothing about it was scary. It didn't have a horror aspect. It didn't have a horror feel to it. And even though Chucky looked like he was more in human form in the first 2 movies, in this one he looked more so of a toy doll. He wasn't changing as over the course of the movie was going on, and it didn't feel like it was interesting at all. Chucky didn't feel like he was threatening. There are scenes where Chucky tries to, do certain things in the military, and it's just weird. And the only good thing about this is that Brad Dourif returns as the voice of Chucky, which is always a good thing. Brad Dourif is great as the voice of Chucky because he is Chucky. He is this role. He is the role that he made famous for himself. I do like the time jump that happens. We see an older Andy in his teens trying to, get away from the events of the first 2 films as he was a young boy. But he's still traumatized by what's happened. And, seeing a different actor in the role of Andy Barkley was really good. Justin Wallen was good, and, he's very underrated. I don't think he's done anything since then, or he's done a lot of, small TV shows and TV appearances that were big and popular in the 90s. But other than that, he hasn't done anything else, I believe. But not getting Alex Vincent back was also a good thing. Over the course of certain time, you want to change certain actors or characters, but maybe if you did bring Alex Vincent back as Andy Barkley, maybe this is where you should have ended the franchise at part 3. Now, basically, Child's Play 3 went into immediate production with the success of Child's Play 2 at the box office. It was released exactly 9 months after the second movie, which caused and gave pressure to Don Mancini to draft a story on such a tight schedule. Basically, he wanted to introduce the concept of different Chuckies in the movie, but due to budget constraints, the idea was eventually scrapped. However, Don Mancini later used this concept for the 2017 movie Cult of Chucky. Now, like I said, the movie was slow going, nothing much happens. Chucky does get his face cut off by a carnival ride, and it's just, wow, it's talk about it in the face. It's just right in your face, and that's it. And other than that, the character is finally killed, and his body parts are strewn over all this of a fan and everything. It just goes all over the place, and the movie ends happily ever after. Andy is, happy that, he finally killed his good guy doll, the stalker that happens. But other than that, the movie was not good. It falls flat. It could have been better. And it's not the strongest entry in the Child's Play franchise of movies. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about Child's Play 3. And if you saw it when it came out. And do you think it's the weakest entry in the Child's Play movies? And do you think that they could have gone a different route? And do you think that this could have been the end of the franchise? So be sure you stay tuned for the next episode of the Markio Podcast, where I talk about Bride of Chucky. And be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new videos and new podcast episodes on the Markio Productions YouTube page. And follow Markio Productions on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And follow me, Anthony, your host, on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Filmstock. And follow the Markio Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'll leave a link to all the social media accounts in the description box below. You can check it out and follow along. All right, everyone, that does it for today's episode. I'm your host, Anthony. Thanks for tuning in.
Chucky. But, my real name is Charles Lee Ray.